Well, my name's Adam. I've been coming to Jubilee Church for around about 8 months now. I actually grew up in a Christian family. I had 3 sisters, so the youngest of 4. My dad was a policeman, then he was a pastor, then went back into the police. So I was heavily involved in church, but really wasn't something that I took ownership in my own life and wanted to be a part of. So growing up, I definitely attended church, but it wasn't a commitment I made myself. What I'm doing now is not what I thought I'd be doing when I was younger. I was involved in sport and extreme sports. That's what I thought I was going to be doing. Obviously didn't know God then, so I couldn't say I was called to that. But I felt God prepared me through what I'd done to where I am now. So I'm an estate agent in Worthing. I sell houses. Not much extreme about that. However, I tried to as much as possible to make it extreme. But I love it. It's really cool to have a journey with someone, whether that's on the telephone when you pick up that first call, or whether that's sitting in front of someone like we are now and just asking that reason, why are you looking to move? I think that's a really important question, not just in a estate agency, but in life. Where are you looking to go? Because people pour out their heart. People are weird, I'm weird. Like, don't get me wrong, there is some funny situations. I've got tons of funny stories, but more often than not, you actually hear someone's heart, whether they're Christian or not. It may be some sort of illness why they're looking to move, or it may be they're just looking to upsize or move to the area. And that's amazing to be part of someone's journey, but also hear their heart and why they're at where they're at, and you get to help them along that journey. There's been so many occasions where, you know, I've spoken to people and they have illnesses. I remember a woman who had cancer and she was moving because she couldn't deal with the house where she was at the moment, and needed to sell to get treatment. And she was so upset, so upset, and she just poured out her heart to me. And it got to the end and I just felt God speaking to me and just saying, you need to pray for this woman, Adam. You need to pray for her. So I asked her, I said, would you mind? I don't know if this is a bit weird, but can I pray for you? Is that okay? Have you ever been prayed for before? And she said, no, but I'd love you to. So I prayed for this woman and she just couldn't stop crying. And I was crying, she was crying, we were sharing around tissues. But it was just amazing to be able to be invited into someone's home, for them to share their heart and actually for them to know the love of God. And I wasn't there on a quick sale trying to make money out of there. I felt God called me there because she needed to know who he was and what he wants to do with her and in her life, even through suffering, even through pain. So that was an occasion which was really special for me. But I feel God's called me to a estate agency to share the gospel, to share his name and share his word. And there's so many occasions where he'll say, you need to speak to this person, you need to pray for this person. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it right now. But the fruit that's come from it, when I actually obedient to what he's calling me to and what he's saying, is definitely worth doing. I met a lady the other day who saw me a couple of years ago before I went to Canada. She was a Christian, and I had faith then, because I went again over to Canada after I went the first time. And she was so delighted to see me again. And she was like, I've been praying for you. I didn't think you were finished in Worthing. I don't know what it was, and I don't know why I didn't say it then. And she was so delighted when she saw me come back and to be doing the job that I was doing first and foremost before I went. So there's so many different occasions where you come across God's path which he's put you through and you don't even realise it. He's walking 200 times, 200 steps before you, and it's only afterwards where you look back and think, oh my word, you know, this is totally what I'm meant to be doing. He was totally there in that occasion. So I think sometimes we can feel so worried of, am I called to doing what I'm doing right now? I think if God's speaking to you and you know, you're using the gospel and you're using his name in what you're doing, that's the most important thing. Whether you're brushing toilets, whether you're a estate agent, whether you're a CEO of a company, I think it's all about making Jesus famous. And that's amazing that is Jubilee's heart. So it's amazing to do my work alongside a church in the place where I love. So I think that's kind of why I've been called to, not kind of, that's definitely why I've been called to what I do right now.